Hey guys, so a question that's coming up a lot on the channel in the comments when it comes to the Ninja Cafe Luxe Premier Series coffee machine, what do the strength settings mean? So you can see here, if we toggle through them, you can either have 1, 2 or 3, low, medium or high. So what do they mean? Well, they actually mean different things depending on what type of coffee you're having. So right now we've got it set to espresso look. In that circumstance, it basically means that it dilutes it with more or less water, your espresso shot. Effectively, a little bit like making a ristretto or edging towards a lungo. So yeah, we can see that displayed here, can't we? If you want a less concentrated, weaker coffee, then it will do 4 parts water to 1 part grounds. That'll be on the number 1 setting. The default setting, which is 2 medium, it will do 2.5 times water to 1 grounds. And then if you want to even more concentrated, more intense flavoured coffee, then it will do a shorter extraction, more concentrated, 2 parts water to 1 part grounds. Now, one thing that's worth bearing in mind is the sweeter flavours tend to come out first in a coffee, and the more bitter flavours tend to come out later in the extraction. So if you're having it less concentrated, it may taste a little bit more bitter, along with being weaker. And if you're having it more intense on number 3 strength, then it will be more intense, but it may have a little bit more sweetness to it. Ristretto shots are often used in cafes for things like a latte, your shorter shots. So you might find even they put a triple shot in or something of ristretto. So that's what it means if you're pouring an espresso. What though if you're using the Luxe basket to make, say, a filter style coffee? In that case, it actually acts to grind more beans into grinds, depending on what strength you want. So if you had it set to the first strength setting, it would actually grind less grinds for your filter coffee to make it weaker. Medium is obviously the default setting, and then if you were to have it stronger, it would grind more grinds. Now, to give you an idea of what that looks like in principle, I actually did it earlier. I ground it on the first strength setting. It had 14.1 grams of coffee, and then when I changed it to the third strength setting, you'll also notice that the recommended grind size changes. That's quite interesting when you get to the third setting. When I ground the beans with that, it came out about 19.5 grams. So there is quite a big difference, but that's for doing classic style coffee look or filter. And that is basically what the strength settings mean on the Ninja Luxe Cafe Premier Series coffee machine, but I think that applies to the Pro, which we're going to be unboxing soon on the channel. Subscribe if you want to see that. But yeah, if you found this helpful, please do give it a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and bye for now.